What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Down South Up North. Got an awesome show for you guys today. Happy Monday, by the way. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Matt, how we doing?
It's good. It's been a while since we had a Monday episode, but I'm excited for the slate. We got some more fantasy stuff, rankings coming up. Kyle, football season, dude. We are
Close.
We are in the home stretch of.
Well, did the first game already happen? The Hall of Fame game.
Yep. So now next up we got preseason, and yeah, we got the 4 weeks. I think 4 weeks from this past weekend until maybe 5, but we're getting closer, dude. Preseason's
Yes,
coming,
sir.
and I'm
And
excited.
college football's right.
Oh, yes,
around
sir.
the corner,
Yeah.
too.
Oh, it's a good time of year. It's a good time of year to be a sports
It
fan.
is. All right, let's get straight into the athletic alert. I mean, the Olympics have been going on over the weekend, and I'm sure you guys saw the headlines. You know who we're talking about today. Scotty Scheffler. This guy does it all. He wins a Masters. He wins all these tournaments. He's like, you know what? There's one thing I don't have. It's a gold medal. I want a gold medal, and that's exactly what our boy Scotty did over the weekend. I did not watch day 3. I mean, I saw some highlights Monday of him hitting some crazy shots. He shot what, 29 on the back 9 on Monday? That's crazy. Today, that is wild, dude. So, that's just insane. And I watched day 2. I think day 2 was like Saturday or Sunday, and 18 Matsuyama and Tommy Fleetwood, they were paired together in the same group. 18's a very tough hole. Where were they playing at for the Olympics for golf?
They're in Paris, but I don't know that you're talking about like the name of the course.
Yeah, the course.
Is a good question. Well, I mean, I don't know because they don't play in France. I don't think ever.
I don't know why St. Andrews came to mind, but that's in Scotland.
Course.
It looked like St. Andrews. Anyways, wherever they were playing, we'll find out here in a second. 18 at that course, it looked pretty difficult. Matsuyama he hits 2 or 3 really bad shots, pulls his drive into the rough. Tommy hit his into a bunker. Matsuyama double bogeys. Tommy bogeys, and then it just cuts to Scotty on 16 or 17, and he hits a absolute just dart to the green. 5 feet for bird, taps it in, and I was watching it with my family, and I looked over at my brother-in-law, and I was like, dude, Scotty is going to be dialed in next day. The third round, final round, he's going to absolutely lock in, and that's what he did. He takes it home. What was he, 19? No, he shot 9 under the last day.
Yeah, he finished with 19. But overall, yeah, it was 19 under, and it was close, dude. I mean, Fleetwood was on his ass at 18 under, but last 9 holes yesterday, Kyle, 6 birdies. 6 birdies on 9 holes. I mean, you talk about a guy who can literally flip a switch like that. It's I think you said it earlier, like it's pretty hard to do that. And there's something wrong with this guy. Like, there's actually something wrong with Scotty Scheffler. Like, for him to go 9 under on one day, 6 birdies on 9 holes, like that's you can't make this stuff up. And that golf course was Le Golf National. Is the name of the course, but
yeah, that's it.
I like it. We talk about him a lot. It's just ridiculous. I mean, after Saturday's round, it's hard to say that Scotty Scheffler's not in the running to win the gold, but then he comes out and he just plays. I mean that's like a damn near flawless round of golf.
It is.
Just you can't do that. He started when he teed up on the first hole yesterday. He was 4 shots back. I mean, most golfers, like, they don't expect to win if that happens going into the final day. But
I don't know, dude. If I get 6 birdies in a round, I'm going to a restaurant or the bar afterwards, and I'm buying my friends drinks like I hit a hole in one. Like, 6 birdies in one round, I mean, you got to be a damn good golfer to do that, and let alone do it on a stage like this in front of thousands of people and millions watching at home. It's insane, dude. And like you said, Tommy was on his ass. Tommy had a big putt day 3 to capture gold, to capture the gold medal, and he missed. So Scotty just took advantage and won the whole thing.
And he's a first player, it's an interesting stat, to enter the Olympics ranked number 1 in the world and win gold. But I've been dwelling on this because for the Olympics in golf, it's not like how other sports are, right? It's not basketball, it's not swimming, it's not track and field. Like golf is one of those sports where everybody in the world plays on the PGA Tour or live golf, like whichever one they decide to go to. But it's guys from all over the world. So yeah, it's like it is the Olympics. I understand, but I don't know. I feel like it's Scotty's used to this. But I thought that was a very interesting fact. However, you have a stat because this is something that he can hold over the great Tiger Woods. But what do you have?
Yeah. So this is crazy. Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson have never participated in the Olympics for golf. And now, well, I say that and it's a crazy stat, but you dive a little bit deeper. Golf has been out of the Olympics, I think, for 112 years. It's had that long of a hiatus. I think it came back in 2016, and every golf fan and every sports fan that loves Tiger, we know in 2016 that's not the same Tiger that we all know and love. Injuries and all this other crap happening to him. But if it was a thing, if golf in the Olympics was a thing between like 1997 and like 2010, 2011, I think Tiger would have probably like 3 or more gold medals, and probably Phil too, because they went head to head.
He most definitely would have won in 04 and 08, probably 2012 as well. 2000, I mean, he was a younger Tiger, but I don't know. Like I don't know what the field looked like, during those years. So
that's true.
But I think it's safe to say he would have at least gotten 1 gold medal. And if there's any, Tiger's the ultimate competitor. He would have competed in the Olympics if he had the opportunity to.
Yeah, for sure. So, Scotty, dude, now you have something that you could hang over or brag about being over Tiger Woods. So that's huge, dude. So congrats to our boy Scotty. I mean, once a week we do have to talk about Scotty Scheffler. It's
been a while.
Yeah, it's been too long, so it's always good to talk about him. But Matt,
oh yeah!
Today we're doing running backs.
Yep,
we're doing rookies and quarterbacks. Today we're staying in the backfield. We're doing running backs. So start us off.
Yep, I have my fantasy drafts on a Wednesday.
Good luck.
Dude, it's a big fantasy month, dude. August.
It is.
It's sometime around this time of year is when everybody's getting ready. But yeah, running backs, like you said, definitely one of the most important positions, if not the most important position on a fantasy roster. Would you agree?
Of course.
I mean, because making this list, there is a lot of names. But there's a big difference between a great NFL running back and a great fantasy running back. I mean, they're not polar opposites, but there are some guys, and especially in PPR leagues, points per reception, who just rack up the points compared to a guy like, let's say, Derrick Henry, who can run for well over 1,500 yards. But, Kyle, we added the honorable mention last time.
Yes, we did.
Might get some hate for this, but my honorable mention is the Philadelphia Eagles' newest addition, Saquon Barkley. Okay. Eagles running backs, even when LaShawn McCoy was playing in his days, wasn't the biggest fantasy running back. Saquon, he does catch out of the backfield, but that offense is I don't know. Like, I know Nick Sirianni's going to get very creative, but Jalen Hurts, he can run. They run a lot of shotgun handoffs, which will help with Saquon, but they have a great receiving core as well. So I think it's going to be tough to kind of get Saquon in the mix, and I think everybody's going to have a more balanced fantasy points this season. Number 5, though, another new face to a new team, Joe Mixon for the Houston Texans. I love this team. I love C.J. Stroud because of where he went to college. He is the face of the Houston Texans. He's their guy, and they've never the last good running back they've had, Arian Foster. I don't know if any other names come to your mind, but that's the one that popped into my head. So I think it's been a while.
For some reason, David Johnson popped in my head, but he never played for Houston.
I was gonna say, like, maybe that 1 year for the Cardinals, but for Houston it was a bust. So, but Joe Mixon was great in Cincinnati. I think he had a good run, and I think with this team, a lot of fresh faces, a lot of good stuff. So he's got number 5 for me. Number 4, he was a rookie last year. He's going to have a great year. Jahmyr Gibbs. I know that backfield is split between him and David Montgomery, and Montgomery usually gets the touchdowns, but Jahmyr Gibbs gets them all the way down there. And I'd rather a guy get 90 yards, and a couple receptions than one rush for 6. So he's number 4. Number 3, coming off injury. Also a young running back. Kyle, don't forget about Breece Hall up here in East Rutherford for the New York Jets. This guy was having an amazing season. He was kicking everybody's ass in fantasy until he got hurt. Now, it's questionable. I know he's in my top 3 coming off an injury, but I think since he's still young, I think his legs are ready to work. The Jets, going to be an interesting season, but I think they're going to lean on Breece Hall for a majority of it. Number 2, this guy was forgot about a lot last year. Indianapolis Colts, Jonathan Taylor, dude. He's number 2 for me. So the Colts offensive line, they have Quentin Nelson, probably the best left guard in football. Braden Smith is their right tackle, who Quentin Nelson calls the Colts' best offensive lineman when he's healthy. And Ryan Kelly, their center, had a great year in 2023. And the other guys have stepped up with other guys leaving in free agency and injuries and whatnot. I really like this team. And with Anthony Richardson being able to be a dual threat, if he can stay healthy, I think him and JT are going to be almost unstoppable in that backfield. They might, at the end of the year, have one of the best backfields in football. Come back to this episode for that. But
I agree.
Number 1, he's the best running back in football, Christian McCaffrey. I don't think there's any debate here. He is probably going to go number 1 in 85 to 90% of fantasy football leagues.
He does everything.
I mean, it's been this for years, and that 49ers offense, Kyle Shanahan, this is a dream come true for him. Having CMC back there, he can run, he can catch, he can do it all. He can throw. I mean, he's even thrown touchdowns in the league. What can't he do? And to have him on your fantasy roster, it is going to be tough for you to not get in the top 3, even to the championship game with him. So that's my top 5. CMC, Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Joe Mixon, honorable mention, Saquon Barkley. Do not hate me, Eagle fans, even though I hate you.
Dude, honestly, I didn't think our list were going to be close, but, dude, our list are pretty damn close.
Okay.
Starting off with my honorable mention. He's on a new team in your division. Saquon Barkley is my honorable mention.
Okay.
I mean, dude, you nailed it right on the head. He doesn't catch the ball enough. He doesn't do enough to make it in my top 5. He's a damn good running back. It's just I don't know, dude. He just doesn't do enough. He's a running back that's just...
Sorry to cut you off, but
no, you good.
One of the biggest things is he's got injury history.
That too.
And I don't know. I do not have a good feeling about him in Philadelphia.
No, I agree. I feel like he's going to be a workhorse in Philly, and that's not a good thing because Saquon, the story with him in New York was like when he's healthy, this guy is a unit. He's insane, but just one awkward tackle and he goes down, like it's game over for him, dude.
And they
So
lost Jason Kelsey.
and Jason Kelsey as well. So no bueno for the Eagles. Number 5, I'm going Jahmyr Gibbs. Yes,
Okay.
they do have that 1-2 punch in Detroit, but Gibbs is that guy where he's playing all the way down to the red zone, and then they just hand it off to Montgomery. Montgomery's playing more of like a what's his Williams. He like led the league in touchdowns like 2 years ago. Um,
Yes.
but like
Yeah.
they just handed him the ball inside the 5 and he just scored every time. Like that's what I feel like that's the role that David's gonna play just a little bit more. But Jahmyr he's a stud, dude. He's gonna do a lot for the Detroit offense. Catch the ball, run, get yak, all that stuff. So number 4, I'm going Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
That Colts offense, dude. I believe in the Colts to win the AFC South this year. That's going to be a
Wow.
very competitive division, bro. If Anthony Richardson is healthy, they will do some damage in that division. But Jonathan Taylor, dude, him and Anthony Richardson, that's like a more. No, I was about to say that's like a downgraded version of Lamar and Derrick Henry, but it's like it's still very overpowered. If Anthony Richardson is healthy, RPOs, he's fast, he has an absolute cannon on him. Or not Jahmyr, Jonathan Taylor's fast, catch it in the backfield, get you some touchdowns, get you the points. That's what you need, baby. Number 3, I mean, I had to go my boy, Bijan Robinson.
Figured.
Dude, I mean, last year he did okay, but this year we're actually going to see what he's about because we don't have a terrorist head coach. We don't have a terrorist offensive coordinator. We have coaches in that facility at Flowery Branch that actually want to compete and win the division and actually win football games. So
You guys don't have any more FedEx employees?
yeah, no more FedEx employees, no more
No.
no more coaches off Craigslist. So Bijan, I feel like he's going to be over 1,000 yards. He's probably going to have like I'm going to call it probably close to like 300 to 500 receiving yards this year, a few touchdowns. So he's going to have a great year. Number 2, Brees Hall. I mean, like he was kicking everybody's ass in fantasy last year. I didn't even play fantasy last year, but I just kept seeing like memes on Ghetto Gronk and all these other meme pages. Like, dude, Brees Hall's he's superhuman. He's Superman. This guy is just single-handedly carrying my fantasy team. So I feel like he's gonna bounce back from injury this year. He's gonna be really good. And number 1, dude, this is a hot take, dude. I'm going CMC. I mean, he does everything. This guy almost had 1,000 receiving and 1,000 rushing yards last year. So that's all I gotta say. So my list: CMC, Brees Hall, Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs. Honorable mention: Saquon Barkley.
Wow. That is pretty damn identical.
It's just literally just flip like 2 or 3 players around.
Yeah, and then you had Bijan, I had Joe Mixon.
Yeah. So
No, I'm excited.
I didn't cheat. I didn't look at your list beforehand.
Yeah, dude.
But
One player that I might regret not putting on here, another new face, because this was a big offseason for running backs and new teams. Josh Jacobs. I don't know, dude. He's always been a solid running back for fantasy, but him in Green Bay, I feel, I don't know.
I had the thought of putting Austin Eckler, but
Oh God, no.
dude, he's just bro. He was think about it. The past couple of years, dude, he was like the first person off the board when CMC wasn't.
Yeah, no, I know. No, he's a great running back, but
he's getting old.
That team, Washington, man, they're a dumpster fire. I don't care like what you can give him Jaden Daniels, okay, that's fine. And of course, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm gonna say this, but they're a dumpster fire. That field sucks. Uh, I seriously won't be surprised if he gets hurt by the trade deadline. What, week 7 or 8, whatever, 9 maybe.
That's crazy.
And I'm not wishing for it. I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, the whole system is so broken in Washington that yeah, he's
that field is cursed.
But dude, he's not even in the top 10 in like every top analyst's fantasy rankings either. So I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have the hype around him, and I think that's because of where he is.
No, I agree. He's getting old. Last year just wasn't a good year for him. So, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. Obviously, Athletic Alert had to talk about our boy. I mean, he's dominating every event he goes to. So I had to talk about the boy Scotty. Fantasy rankings today. We did running backs. I mean, Matt, our lists are pretty identical. Don't hate it. Joe Mixon, I think that's a crazy pick, though.
For real? You think it's wild?
I think I don't know, dude.
You know, going back to the old Bengals with like Giovanni Bernard and then Joe, like
wow.
I hate Bengals running backs, but I'm gonna give him a pass, dude. I love the Texans. The Texans are a very hard team to not like right now, and
that's true.
I mean, tell me that's not a big hole in their roster that they filled this offseason.
Who was their guy last year?
It was
Devin.
It was Dameon Pierce. I believe he was a rookie.
Singletary.
Was it Singletary? Yeah.
I don't know if he started, but he's there.
Now look, I like Pierce. I think he's good. But I think Joe Mixon's like he's that first and second down. Yeah, I think he's that first and second down guy. And I think he's going to score a lot of points. So.
Yeah, dude, I agree. So good episode. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Our social medias will be down in the description. Guys, hope you had a good weekend. We will see you Wednesday. Peace!